the sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence bleeds. We have come into the night, thunder raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Shield wall. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
All right. Welcome everyone to another exciting season of Valhalla Esports. This is season 1, or season 4, week 1. With me tonight is our casters, Kazuto, Sable. Take it away, guys.
Yes, we've gone back in time. We are now in week 1, guys. So welcome. This new technology is, something interesting for us to figure out as well. Kazuto, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for the opening weekend of the new season with the reigning champs. So hopefully we got a good series.
Absolutely. I mean, being the reigning champs, Los Nomados are really going to want to look to put it down on the table today. So do you expect them to come out with anything extra spicy, just as an early prediction?
Well, they do have the Vladimir player in the bot lane, where I believe he was initially drafted for top. So we might have some weird mage picks in the bottom. We know from last season, Snurbatsi likes to pick the mages in the bot, so he can play stuff like the Tristana, the Tryndamere, the AD mids.
Yeah, that's true. And just to point this out for viewers who might not be aware, Negavlad was once Crypt Lord. So that is an IGN change. Same player, new name. Kind of like the new name. I don't know. I don't know which one I like better, honestly. We can rate the names of each player on the teams when we're in Champ Select in the 2-minute delay.
I think he has like a Smurf account named Bloodbending, which is the better name of all of them.
Honestly, that is pretty good, but that's also a good Smurf name because you kind of want your coolest account name to be the Smurf name. Hypothetically.
All right. So, looks like everybody's having fun with our host company, League of Legends, with the ARAM Clash weekend. It's really having fun with the client. But we're going to go ahead and get you into the draft.
There's a Cassiopeia band coming out right away. Not too sure who that's for.
Yeah, they knew someone said Kazuto was going to be in the game tonight, so they put that in their draft prep, but they didn't realize that they meant casting. So it's going to be a Cassiopeia band there, followed by the Emilio, Zach on the other side.
Ray was Milio is pretty disgusting, so taking that off the table is probably a good choice for Bomba Bros.
Yes, Ray was and has always been good at the Emilio, and a Zach band on the other side here, and Los Nomadas and the Shaco as well. So really not wanting to see some of those more unique pathing junglers come through.
Yep, Snurbopsy instantly paying the casual plebs tax, banning the Zach and the Shaco. We'll see if the Scion comes in third, or if he'll let him have some of his
Who
comfort.
is this against? What are these bands targeted? What player on Bomba Bros? The Scion as well? Is that a
Casual
jungle
plebs,
Scion?
yeah.
That's insane.
That's a Trendamere ban against Snurpopsy.
Yeah, Bomba Bros doing their homework, knowing Snurbopsy's probably going to try some wacky AP bot lane shenanigans, and instead of banning the Vladimir from the Vlad player, they said, we don't want to play against this Trendamere mid, so you can have the Vlad.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was unaware that Casual Plebs became an Ivern player, but that brings the total up to 3 bans for Casual Plebs from the side of Los Nomadas.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, if you're trying to ban out a jungler and those are your 3 target bans, like you still have 2 of the strongest junglers in the meta available to you with Maokai and Sejuani. And there's even some other picks like Vi that you can take. So I'm not really sure that it's worth just to ban those 3 champions. I guess if that's what they want to do, if they don't want to play against those, because I mean, at least the Ivern and the Shaco are pretty unique in what they offer. Zach's just kind of another CC tank, but getting the Vlad here as well for the first pick for Los Nomados is going to be pretty good in the hands of Nega Vlad, formerly known as Crypt. We'll see what they opt to go with next.
Yeah, and the B1 Karma as well. S tier pick. I don't
It's
know.
just
She did
disgusting.
just receive a nerf. It could be worse. It's still probably really good, but
It's just the
obviously
item
a
that make her
takeaway
good,
from
I think.
Snurbopsy as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, that Karma just seems so strong right now, and I mean, the Nautilus to kind of try to answer the kite back from the Karma with some hard engage, so you have lockdown for the Vlad. I like the direction the Nautilus are going in.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Bomba Bros are already set up with the Karma pick just to kind of play away from this team fight style. So we'll see if they opt to go for that or okay. Oh well.
Ooh, instantly dropping the
All right.
flex pick with the support lock in.
You like to see that. So gonna go for just kind of fighting back with matching aggression with aggression, which is gonna be fun to see. The Leona Nautilus matchup bot lane is literally just perma fighting, so we'll probably see that.
Yeah, but it should be winning early on the side of Bomba Bros. I'm not sure Vlad
Yeah.
has the power in the bot lane to
I mean,
go
do we
for these
expect it to
2v2s.
actually be a Vlad bot, or is that just such a strong flex because there's such an expectation that Criplord will play the Vlad bot?
I mean, it always could be flex mid. I know Snurbopsy loves doing stuff like that. It would just be really bizarre if they decide to give the Vlad to the guy who's got like 2 games on it, as
Yeah,
opposed to the
would be a
Vlad
bit
main.
suboptimal there, I would think. Yeah, Kazuto, that's a very good point. So coming in here with the Alawi ban. Next one going to be for Bomba Bros. See what they opt to go with.
Probably gonna ban some more mid laners on Snurbopsy. I know he likes the Tristana as another AD option.
I just see the Twitch chat. Everybody else having client issues right now? Like, oh, shit.
Yes,
Trundle
sir.
ban and Garen. Last ban coming through. Yeah, it might be a bit of a delay here, guys, before we hop into game after this draft concludes, due to client issues, people logging in and whatnot. Maybe we'll be lucky and they'll all be logged in as soon as the draft ends. Who knows? Pantheon banned. Last one for Bomba Bros. And then we have the final 2 picks for either side coming through. Any expectations, Kazuto?
I do think it will be the Tristana mid.
Yeah.
Probably on 5 because he probably doesn't want to get counterpicked.
We will see. The prophecy will be foretold.
Jungle, they have a
Lisan Al
sub. Yeah,
Gaib.
okay.
Yep, Evelyn, all
Keanu
right.
gets his Evelyn. Subbing in.
Wow. So you just have Los Nomados is what you would call this team comp is the solo queue cringe team comp, where you just have nothing that synergizes, but you do have crowd control, so you can get a lot of kills. On the side of Bomber Bros, I mean, I kind of like what they've set up with the Karma and the Ash. But then they have the Scion and the Leona as well to kind of give them some engage options, but they also have the ability to disengage against what Los Nomados are bringing, which really doesn't have that heavy engage aside from just the Nautilus with a Renekton flank. So we'll have to see if they round out their comp with some more crowd control so they can actually get onto this Karma, or if they opt for another solo Qtera pick. And Bomba Bros going for some of that as well with the Mordekaiser.
Well, after the Evelyn is locked in, I doubt they can really go an AP mid lane with CC.
Yeah, I mean, there is just tank options too.
True.
Like just any crowd control is really good. I doubt they'll go for that, but I mean, I think
I know he
it's you
likes the
actually pretty
Galio,
safe to. Yeah.
but I don't think it's a good pick here.
Oh,
As they do go for the flex pick on the Vladimir.
they actually. I mean, it could still be a Vayne flex, right? Like Renekton mid. I don't know. We'll see what they do. I like what they're cooking up here. It might be a little overdone. But I think it might be.
They might have burnt this draft a little bit.
Bro, I'm in Thorn's Discord, and I posted in the food thing a picture of like a roast that I made, but it was like kind of too burnt because my family likes that stuff like more well done than is actually good. And some dude just commented on it like, I would roast this, but it looks like you already roasted it yourself too much. I was like, damn, bro, I've never posted a picture of my food. I'm making it again. This is terrible. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Los Nomados' comp is looking like a little bit too. They tried to cook here with this, but like you have like the nice, rare, early, like juicy Vladimir pick, and then you close it off with that Vayne, and it's looking a little crusty now. Vayne Evelyn, in my opinion. But you know, hey, maybe they can bring it back with the gameplay. Looking pretty solo queue right now. Bomba Bros has a very solid front to back if they so choose to do that. What are your first impressions?
I mean, it definitely looks like Bomba Bros comp is a lot easier to play. You know, they have multiple forms of CC. Like you said, it's just the front to back from them. You might have a Mordekaiser split pushing if he has like a lead. But I mean, on the side of Los Nomados, they have to. I mean, they have to get creative. They have to get flanks, maybe get leads. It's just looking a lot harder on the side of Los Nomados this game, just from the draft.
Yeah, something I will say is if they do manage to, because the 2 of the champions I'm looking at right now are the Evelyn and the Renekton, if they do manage to, maybe with some good Nautilus roams, get something to happen with these 2 champions in the first 10 minutes of the game, I honestly think that they can just snowball the game out of control from that point. If they can manage to do that, especially with the Evelyn, because if I'm being honest, like in these type of like elo diverse leagues, the vision control around a jungler like Evelyn is usually pretty poor. So you can have a lot of leeway with how you're going to play the game on a champion like Evelyn if you get ahead. So I would like to see if they can actually capitalize with this and pull it off. Looking at Ray was to get some good roams off with the Nautilus to make that happen. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, you never know. With Ray was anything's possible. He doesn't miss. He's handsome. I heard he's got 100K in the bank.
Actually, yeah, while you're saying that, it just reminded me. I wanted to give a shout out to Ray for letting me borrow his Ferrari last weekend. My grandma had to go to the hospital, and he just let me borrow the Ferrari to take her there even faster than my car would. So,
Yeah,
big
that's
shout
so
out to that
nice.
guy. Yeah, big shout out.
Hopefully
Sorry, I
we
had to
can
go
get
grab
in
a
the game
water.
soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
We
Had to
are
grab a
getting
water.
diffed by the small indie company that is Riot Games, of course.
Yeah. Just needed a spare bottle of water if we're going to be glazing Ray this hard. Gotta make sure the throat's lubricated.
I got a whole bucket of glaze next to me. I'm ready to just pour on.
KFC or Long John Silver's?
KFC.
KFC, nice, good choice. Good choice. We got some FFs in the Twitch chat. Looks like there was a no-show. Jabs Duckman. Great name, by the way. Shout out to Jabs Duckman.
Rolls off the tongue.
It really does. Couldn't get a sub. Hopefully the client loads up here for everybody, guys. Don't really know what the ETA is on that. Haven't seen any updates.
They've tried to invite me to their game, and the client's just locked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were having issues earlier.
Oh, yeah, let me get my prediction in here.
Oh yeah, let's get the predictions in. So we see in the Twitch chat. Can we see the points? Let me open up the stream here so I can actually get in this chat.
I do. No one's going for Bomba Bros quite yet. We got almost 8K points into Los Nomadas. Think I'll tip the scale and go Bomba Bros for this one.
It's a high payout right now.
I'm
Bomber
spending them
Bros.
all.
Stonk's going up. You would think.
So yep, sorry for the delay, everybody. Just working on trying to get the stream up. League of Legends is booting back up again. I've had to drop
I'll just
twice.
get my prediction in there real quick.
It will put me in their lobby,
There we
but will not
go.
allow me to see the lobby.
20K on Los Nomadas.
Quick 13K on him there. That's all on Array was. We're
That all
glaze
in?
ready. That's all in. All right, so we're going to keep track here, Kazuto, of our Ray bucks this game. So every time Ray cashes in on a kill or contributes to a kill with an assist, we're going to give him some Ray bucks. And when he dies, we're going to take Ray bucks away. So he can go into the negative. We're going to start with the 0 balance.
It doesn't look like anyone's gotten to a game yet.
Let's see, we got Shunpo. What team is he on?
Oh yeah, Bentage's team is in.
So we got FF15 in the game, which means FF15 and Night Raid Owls are currently in a game. Kraken Slayers and Goat Kings are still waiting. We're sorry, everybody. Did not foresee that. Looked like ARAM Clash went okay last night, and now it is causing all their stuff to crash. Alright, I guess I'll kick it over to a short break. And hopefully we'll get back to you very soon.
Sailing across the mighty rivers, rowing a row to the beat of drums, heading amongst the raiding seas. On time we approach the gates of O's, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain, for the honor have no fear. We shall withstand this night of war, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain, for the honor have no fear. We shall withstand this night of war. And the whispers of our feet, and our honor be foretold. Warriors of the northern land, madness forged into our heart. Shields be shattered, arms of steel, bloody axes fly with fury. Raging thunder shake the sky. Wrath of battle stains our mind. Rage of vengeful kings of war. Feel his sons and daughters fall. Sailing across the mighty rivers, rowing a row to the beat of drums, heading amongst the raiding seas. On time we approach the gates of O's, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain, for the honor have no fear. We shall withstand this night of war, for the honor have no fear. We shall withstand this night of war. And the whispers of our feet, and our honor be foretold. Warriors of the northern land, madness forged into our heart. Shields you. Bloody access by with fury. Raging thunder shake the sky. Wrath of battle stains our mind. Rage of vengeful kings of war. Fearless sons and daughters fall.
New year, better connection.
We will march into the night. Let the fear sink in their eyes. We will roar our battle cry.
All
Yeah,
right,
that is
welcome
absolutely
back.
correct. Oh, there we go.
Finally, waiting on our spectator delay, and then we'll get you right into the action.
Nice little spectator bug, not showing any of the champions that were selected.
Don't worry, it's
It's
five of
good that
me
it's good
versus
that
5 unknown enemies.
Yeah, it's we see here on the side of Bomber Bros, they opted to go with 5 Blitzkrieg Pyros. An interesting choice.
It's a very undersalaried team, but I like their moxie.
Yeah. Onyx Velkins, thank you for the follow. 16 minutes ago, in the midst of the client issues, still followed. So that's some moxie as well. Appreciate it. We'll see if my 13K bet onto Los Nomadas goes paid out as we take a look at the draft screen here. As we mentioned before, the solo queue hero comp on Los Nomadas with the just menagerie of champions there. It literally just looks like a zoo. And then you have Bomba Bros with pretty standard front to back with some nice kite back and CC options, engage options. Pretty strong side lane presence. Really, if I'm just looking at the draft subjectively, I do think Bomba Bros have a stronger performing draft. But my money's on Los Nomados, so we're going to cope a little bit and say that Evelyn's getting fed.
Yeah.
We've put the prediction down, so.
All she needs is a coin flip. Just needs to
Yep.
turn up heads.
And Ray, we'll have to cash in those Ray bucks here early on. If he can get some kills and assists going on, we'll start stacking that investment money. We'll see if he gets any kind of return there on those Ray bucks, or if he ends up losing them on dying. He is unaware of this situation on his investment in these portfolios, so he will be completely out of the loop on whether or not he is losing or gaining money, but we'll let him know after the game.
We'll write him a bill for how much he owes us if he's in the negative on his.
We'll invoice him. Yeah, we'll invoice him if he's in the negative, and if not, well, then we'll just have to pay him. So as we get into the game here, we'll see which team looks to get paid. Any first blood predictions, Kazuto?
I'm going with the top lane with the Renekton with Ignite. He's about to slap it down.
Yeah, he's gonna let him know Steve Irwin's still got shooters going up there against Bomba Delicious with the Ignite is actually so good too. We'll see if he can actually take that. I really like the Scion jungle pick here, but I feel like you just get Giga out farmed by the Evelyn, and that is Keanu Reeves. So again, I think John Wick carrying this game is something that is well within the realm of possibility, but. It wasn't actually the Vlad Flex, by the way. It was just the Vayne mid, which is I don't know if we.
Oh, you're right. We couldn't see that in the client. So they'd actually. I mean, I thought the Vayne mid was a possibility, but like against Karma, I don't really see why you would want to be picking that. Like if it's something like a Galio mid, Vayne obviously is insane, but Karma, I'm not sure what the value is.
Yeah, probably the value here is just having Nega Vlad on that Vladimir is in the name, so you actually get a small 1% damage bonus here if you pick the champion and your name actually has the champion in it as well. Ray, first hook of the game landing there, gonna proc.
I'll give him one Ray Buck.
Yeah, one Ray Buck. That's like a Ray cent. If you hook in the wall, that's a Ray cent. You find like a penny in the wall if you hook the wall. There we go. We're not going to track those though, because he probably dropped it on his way out. But standard leash here for Keanu Reeves.
Big invade.
On
We'll
red
see
side
if
with Evelyn,
Los
but yeah.
Nomadas decides to split the map. Keanu Reeves wants to go into the blue on the left side.
Yeah, so they just take that. I don't know if they were actually aware that this invade happened. I'm sure if they were able to get some Bomba wards in there to see that. You do see the one hanging out on the blue side, but that is in friendly territory.
Goes for the cheese gank, not going to find anything. Now they know, and there's pings going down on the blue.
Yeah, Sion just kind of running around in the river here a little bit. We'll see if he opts to just go for his red side or do something mid lane. Gonna end up going to farm. Evelyn gonna get a full red side clear here, and then I would honestly expect to see Keanu Reeves go straight into the blue side of casual plebs, but some trading happening here in the top lane. Eli Wood trying to prep this first blood angle that we predicted. Just get the shove in, it looks like, but provides some good cover for his jungler to get this invade off as the chain lands mid lane. Sir Bopsy gonna get condemned off on Evbot.
Yeah, they might have been able to try a dive top if they slow push the wave and stacked
Taking
it, but
so much damage here as this Vayne actually does not look like a very fun matchup, but Evbot pretty low as well.
he does have the potion.
Evelyn just completely is getting like called here somehow because just completely sprinted away from the grub. Unsure if they pinned something, but maybe just waiting for this scuttle crab to spawn or hanging out here for a kill. But the chain's going to land here on the mid lane, condemn away again, just to prevent that root from going down. You'd think Evelyn could maybe try to come in here on the side and get a charm flash off, but see if they opt for this now. Gonna maybe just stand there and recall.
Evbot's opting for a lot of bad trades, just walking into the Vayne's minions.
Yeah, we see this trade top lane. Meanwhile, bot lane actually fighting. Vlad actually having to flash out. The Ignite going down on him, but should be far enough under tower. Ray was providing a nice barrier there. Knock up, not going to go down from casual plebs, and we'll take a tower shot on the way out. But Red Buff will regen, and we'll probably go for the Scuttle Crab now, unless they just go to push the wave in. But really walking back and forth here. Just over and over, but you know, got to make sure. Going for the Scuttle Crab now. As the Hawk shot flies, we'll spot Evelyn there as they just go for the auto attacks actually onto Vlad, who's super low. One more auto would do it, but gets CC'd down by Ray Was, who also gets the hook out there. And with those red scents, some Ray Bucks starting to form in the pockets of the Nautilus in the bot lane, but Vlad just very low here. Just getting tremendously poked down. Evelyn hovering. Might be able to get an angle off, but I would honestly like to see her just farming. I don't think you have much you can do against these two champions with flashes available. As the flash is out in the top lane, Eli Wood gonna take the tower shot though, and actually end up falling to Bomba. The tower shot is what does it. Oh, just barely in range there.
He flashed into the tower.
Oh,
No.
had the Ignite down. I like the angle as Red goes for the hook. He liked that angle as well. Wheel Poco doesn't like it though, as he's gonna have to flash away. Too good for Lima. We'll see if he's too good for this play, but gonna end up going pretty low here, but the shield actually taking so much damage reduction, but it has to flash away, but not in time.
Oh.
Keanu Reeves said, "Don't touch my dog bot lane. I will take this kill."
Too
Ray
good for Lima
Was.
not flashing the Nautilus hook. Not
Yeah, too good to
respecting
flash that. And Evelyn gonna go for the dragon here. I really like this because you expect the enemy jungler after seeing that play is going to be on those grubs topside, which we do see Sion is there finishing them or finishing at least one of them now. and Keanu Reeves on the dragon. Sadly, this dragon actually takes so much longer to take than the other dragons, but you have Snurbopsy at least coming over here to help out with this, but Karma can come over and make this a little difficult with how tanky the mountain dragon is if she opts to. Looks like she won't end up doing that, and they should get this dragon relatively free, aside from the price of the grubs.
Relatively even. Lots of trading going back and forth in every lane. I mean, Ray was definitely cashing in on some big Ray bucks, landing a couple good hooks there in that last fight.
Yeah, good of you to point out. So Ray's sitting on 001 now, so definitely a few Ray bucks in his pockets. We'll say he has about 5 Ray bucks right now. So
Renekton popping the ult.
Pin on that. Yeah, he's popping the ult and sitting mid right now. Getting the stun off empowered. Is down for a good amount of time, but should just be able to flash this wall will Evbot and gets the slowdown as well. So I mean, not really much spent there for the Karma Flash and a return visit, but gonna get a fully charged knockup here. Casual plebs, but doesn't have that level 6. Probably just gonna walk this one out. Eli Wood gonna just walk it back up to top lane. Hopefully not die to that Mordekaiser again under tower. But Snurbopsy here mid lane getting some good chunk damage onto the Evbot here. They've been trading pretty evenly for most of the game, but it looks like an advantage there mid lane. But now bot lane, too good for Lima, stepping forward with the Shield of Daybreak. No flashes yet, just walking it out though. Should be able to make it away, but the second those flashes go down from Ash Leona, you notice how much more aggressive Ray was starts to play on this Nautilus. He knows that they have windows they can punish because of how safe Nega Vlad's going to be on that champion, and just really playing with that aggro appropriately. Keanu Reeves a little deep here for your bot lane not being close, and gonna get locked up. Even though it was able to flash, but the Zenith Blade actually just misses. Oh my goodness, that was such a free kill. But now it's just going to be Ray with the peel and getting back out, securing himself and his team some additional Ray bucks, again, unbeknownst to them until the end of the game. But now mid lane, Evbot and Casual Plebs on Snurbopsy, but bot lane, there's still a play happening, clearing that ward, probably stepping back out. But now Snurbopsy just under tower in this vein, not going to get punished as Ray and Nega Vlad back into the lane to push this under tower and should be rewarded with the plate for their troubles. One auto on this tower should do it. And it's actually a solo plate for the Vlad, so Giga Chad Ray. Oh. Okay, no engage from Leona. I thought she was going to look for another Zenith Blade there. But the top lane.
It looks like the mental tax of playing against Vladimir is already striking into the heart of Ash with the early Executioner's pickup.
Yeah, Eli Wood just kind of getting chunked here. Is going to get ulted by the Mordekaiser, but has his ult popped as well, so Delicious not wanting to get too close to Eli in that situation. The Ignite thrown down as well. Oh, gonna get hooked in too, but gets the heal off, takes the tower shot though, cancels the shield immediately and dashes back in. Perfectly played by Eli Wood, and then in the bot lane, immediately returning right back around. Keanu Reeves says, "Don't touch my dog," and he is gonna not go down to the Ignite. 1 HP, but the minion auto is not gonna kill him. The regen from the Evelynn passive, and just kills all over the map here. For the side of Los Nomadas and Kazuto, something we did touch on was this Evelynn snowballing, and she's sitting on 2-0 now.
Yeah, I mean, Ray is just lining it up perfect, just hook after hook. He's the flash hook that time, just giving them all to the Evelynn. That's where you want the gold on this comp, honestly. Just get her to snowball as hard as possible.
You'd love to see it if you were a fan of Los Nomadas, and a big CS lead as well in the bot lane for the Vladimir. Despite some early troubles there with some of the early trades, they brought it back, and actually CS leads across the board, except for in that jungle mid. Going to be looking pretty good for Los Nomados, going to be feeling pretty good for them. And 400 gold lead about, we'll see if they can contest for these grubs and deny the 6 grub from Bomba.
Ray is on the early roam for the fight.
He's here. Keanu Reeves clearing out the ward. They're not going to see Evelynn on the flank. You have Mordekaiser moving down already. Eli is still in the top lane. Should be able to move as well. Evbot's going to have first move. Snurbopsy having to deal with this cannon minion under tower. And his minions are already super low. The grub already taken down. They're just opting to turn actually onto Evbot immediately. Going to go for these kills. Cyan Giga Chad just staying on the grubs, but probably should help his team. Evbot getting run down. Did not have any help. Snurbopsy now condemning the backwards onto the Mordekaiser. The big knock-up, though, from Casual Plebs from the bush, the three-man queue, but is it enough? No. Eli Wood immediately taking out Bomba Delicious and running straight back to those grubs. Still 2 remaining, so that will be 2 for the side of Los Nomadas, unless Casual Plebs has something to say about it. Does get the hook onto him to cancel the full charge, but was still a lot to get the knock-up onto Ray Was, who does end up falling. Still going to be so much health here left onto Casual Plebs. Might even actually flash the wall. Does end up going out. Leona, Ash actually here free fire, but gets stunned and then knocked backwards, getting CC, but the hook actually not going to land. Wheel Poco out of the fight. Eli doing so much damage, though. Dashing back through with a Renekton. Another auto will do it. Does get the Scion pass, though. Has to be careful. Ash is still here to auto attack. Can get some slows down. The Scion doing so much work. Should get that kill with the last auto attack, and does. But the grub going to Evelyn crucially means that only 3, I believe, go to either team. We'd have to see, actually, to click on one of the champions. Unsure on the grubs, but what a crazy fight.
You can see it at the top.
Oh, can you? Okay.
They
there's
did
an icon
deny
there. 4 and 2. They denied the 5 or 6.
grubs.
Yeah. Nice. Well played by them.
It's still a little bit of overforcing coming from Bomba Bros. They didn't have the Leona on the early setup for the fight, but they decided to handshake it anyway, down in numbers, and then after that initial fight, they went back for round 2.
Keanu Reeves back for round 3, man. I thought there was going to be only 3 John Wick movies. He's going to go back in for round 4 again, but just ends up falling there. First death, actually, honestly, but just going back to that area without really the proper vision set up alone at this point against this type of a team comp is a little scary. A little unlucky there to get picked off, honestly, at that time as well. Dragon available now. Yeah. Shutdown went over. A lot of CS lead to the Scion, but honestly, going in now on the mid lane, Sturbopsy gonna end up dashing out, has the Ignite down on, but went invisible for a little bit. One more take of damage onto him will do it, and Evbot flashing in with the Q, but is gonna pay for it with his life. Eli Wood getting in there with a stun. Ray Was losing a Raybuck there, missing that hook. Losing a few more earlier with that 1 death, so down to only 6 Raybucks now, but again, we're gonna keep track of that after the game, guys. They're moving to the Dragon. Gonna end up securing the Scuttle Crab first. Delicious on the flank with this Mordekaiser. Does have that ultimate flash available, so could make this objective take pretty difficult.
I mean, Ash is all the way in top lane, channeling her base. She's nowhere near this. They have to give it up.
Yeah, I mean, did they see Ash channel the base on a minion wave, or?
Well, they saw her farming top
anyway.
lane.
Yeah, it's gone anyway. It's just so low, 2K, down to 1K now. Eli Wood zoning them out. This should come through and get a little close there, but Casual Plebs walking up, not able to take it, and that's now 2 dragons to the side of Los Nomadas. And honestly, a pretty well done game by them so far. We thought it was going to be a cooked draft, but they've ended up, making it work pretty good. It's been delectable so far, I must say.
It was saved by the seasoning.
That's very true. They must have had a marinade before, so it didn't matter that it was like cooked kind of suspect because the flavor was already baked in. As we're going into the bot lane here, Negavlad popping that W to get under the ground there to dodge the rest of that CC. We'll see if he actually ends up getting away. Looks like he is in the minimap there. Evbot having to run now, burn that flash earlier, and kind of a suspect play, and is going to pay for it. Eli Wood taking that kill, 5 and 2 on this Renekton. And just absolutely massive as now bot lane flashing in. And W's the Leona ultimate as well. Gets the slowdown onto both of them. Now Ray going in, getting the ultimate down onto the Ashe and the auto route to follow as well. No flash means she cannot get out. Leona not long for this world either. Another hook should come through shortly. Maybe the charm into the hook, and that's exactly what they do. They get the play off perfectly, juggling the tower aggro. And Evelyn now 4 kills, 7 assists onto the Nautilus of Ray, and just looking so clean from Los Nomadas.
Ray was flashing in over the wall, saving Vlad from what looked like a super int play at the beginning.
That's just when you trust your teammates. You listen, you got to make it look like you're inting, and then we can make the play. And we'll see if Casual Plebs, they do get we'll see if he actually gets the charge off. He does. Gets the unstoppable for the Nautilus hook with that Scion ultimate. Gets behind him for the knockup as well, just hitting with this red buff and making sure Ray can't just hook out to that wall there. Gonna get these auto attacks off and be able to take him down. Creep blocked for a tower shot, but not gonna care. Can push in this bot lane now, but really nothing to take off of that other than the kill gold. But no objective up.
That is the Casual Plebs Scion pocket pick that we mentioned in draft. They let it go through, and he is doing his best to drag his team across this game.
Yeah, it's 4 and 1. Honestly, any champion you want to see 4 and 1 would probably not be Scion, but maybe he can make it work. Kind of hard countered by the enemy mid laner, but we'll see if he can end up making it work. Has looked pretty good so far here. The Merc treads. Okay. I don't know. How do you feel about the Merc treads? In my opinion, you go plated steel caps because you're going to be really just dying to
Scion?
vein. Yeah.
I don't know how much plated steel caps is useful against Vayne because of
They're not
her
as
true
good anymore.
damage that she just
Yeah.
pumps out.
Listen, you got to think AD carry, plated steel caps. It's that simple. As they go in now, Renekton getting into the back line. It's that simple for him to get onto Evbot. Just 2 quick steps, and he is almost dead. Gets the shielding, though, from the Karma King into the back end. Mordekaiser actually doing a tremendous amount of work as the Ash Hour from downtown will end up stunning. Eli Wood, in that Mordekaiser ultimate, gets shut down, but Delicious going to be short to follow. Keanu Reeves now on a rampage. Somebody touched this man's dog before the game, and he is not having it. We'll see if they move over to the Rift Herald here. Still pretty healthy. Should be able to take this. As we have Vlad now roaming up as well to get this mid lane shoved in, probably. Ash still sitting in the bot lane looking for that CS, but probably knows that they just have to farm up here and maybe try to push for a 3rd or 4th dragon fight. It's looking pretty tough as we see the tower dive coming through. Going to do a good job of Wing a lot of that damage in CC. Still stunned up taking the tower, so going to actually end up falling. Both of them falling. We'll see if that's a 3rd kill here. The Condemn going to knock the Scion clone away. Zenith Blade barely going to miss as Snurmopsy just casually walks his way out.
And just as Los Nomadas made a super play, they just give it right back over to Bomba Bros.
Well, as we always say, you got to make sure they don't surrender. You want to keep playing the game out. Eli Wood now going into the mid lane here, dashing back through, but might be a still pretty dangerous spot. That tower pretty low, and is getting pretty low himself.
Both teams spam pinging the Cloud Drake
Yeah, I
here.
was about to say. Both teams knowing that this soul point fight is actually extremely important. The fight that will get Los Nomadas 2 soul point, or it will deny that state of the game for the side of Bomba. And the hook actually going to get threaded through the wall there, but no follow-up. But Ray just making sure you get some Ray bucks stacked up for this dragon fight so he can cash in afterwards.
I mean, it looks like it just goes to Los Tomates again. Bomba Bros are never synced up. Ash is in the base
setup,
again.
No vision. Ash just still running back. Wheel Poco a little slow in these resets. Not going to make it here in time as we see mid lane. The Herald just not going to get the charge off. Just kind of sit there, but the fight will get the charge off as the stun goes down onto the jungler on the dragon. Keanu Reeves actually been stunned for so long. Doesn't even get the dragon, actually. Smite stolen away by casual plebs. Looking like a casual professional stealing that fucking dragon there. Snurmopsy killing Evbot as well. Ray actually flashing in to get the hook down onto the carry on the back line and just providing so much CC with this Nautilus. Delicious on the back end. Wasn't able to convert enough, and casual plebs going to get run down by the Vayne, and it's just too much damage for the side of Los Nomadas. Mordekaiser just not able to take down Ray inside of that ultimate. The Ray Bucks too strong. We see the man back in the base with the toilet seat Nautilus skin. Love to see it. And honestly, if you are a Los Nomadas fan, you're loving to see this game. Gonna lose the dragon there to the Scion, but what a fight.
Yeah, it looks like the Vlad pick is messing with the Ash's brain. He's going for like the most low DPS build, trying to survive and build against the Vladimir.
Oh no, I just saw the build.
It's gonna be like another 30 minutes before he does damage in these team fights.
Oh no! I mean, okay, so there's a Fed Evelyn as well, and you'd think the Nautilus kind of does magic damage too. So I could see a world where you're like, I need MR, but just to have this be your item threshold right now is pretty tough. We'll see if maybe you can get a shutdown or a kill or something and get a little more towards something useful. But until then, it's probably going to be some Baron posturing, I assume, for Los Nomadas. Too good for Lima. Really up in here clearing these wards. We'll see if he goes for the one in the back of the Baron pit. He does. A little spooky. Does go for it.
We saw in that last fight the real reason Snurmopsy picked the Vayne mid. He seemed shredding through the front line.
Yeah,
of Bomba Bros while Vlad just goes for the back line.
completely just ran the Scion down. There was really nothing that casual plebs could do in the face of that. If there's nobody else diving with him, so looked pretty tough. I mean, honestly, at this point, Los Nomados just have so much more damage with their team composition than what the Bomba Bros are offering with both their draft and some itemization choices. But, just saying that, FBot really clapping there with that Mantra Q, and Ray going to make it out here and actually take Leona with him. But we have a flag now. Evelyn on the side. Leona ultimate going to go completely wide. A Scion comes through the mid lane, barreling down, actually gets the knockup down on to Keanu Reeves, and they will take him out. Ray was now in the middle of the team, will get taken out as well as Negavlad. Now ultimate's cast on him by Delicious. We'll see if Mordekaiser can actually take him out in this zone, or if it even matters. Gonna end up falling here. Gonna W the pullback and actually get a kill as well, but flashing away and dying as that exact second, as now the Renekton here, Eli Wood, massively fed, but gonna be by himself as Snurbopsy falls. We'll see if the Croc can take him down 1v3. There's one. We'll see if he can get number two. The recall being channeled now in the bush by Too Good for Leme. He was too good for this fight, but he thought he should have came back in, but I really don't think he should. It's just a free kill. You're giving it over to Eli Wood. There's another kill. He's gonna get back onto the casual plebs. We'll see if he can do it. Running through the cloud rift, probably not going to be able to make it. Yeah, the blast plant, anticlimactic getting into that, but Eli Wood just coming in there on the flank massively.
Yeah, it started off really good for Bomba Bros. They got well, actually, okay. It started off really good for Los Nomadas where they had the flank on the Bomba Bros, but hold up.
Yeah, Eli getting a little big for his britches here. Gonna get canceled out of the knockup too, but Ray was on his way. Getting the double root autos, but not enough. Eli just a little too late there. Ray maybe just dying for the hubris of his top laner. Gonna see if he can get hooked out here, but isn't gonna have that flash to get away. So gonna end up falling as well. And Kazuto, the Baron, is up and alive, and 2 deaths on the side of Los Nomados at this moment. Do we see a Bomba Bros desperation play?
It doesn't look like they're posturing for it. It might be their
Oh, they
best
get the
chance.
pick?
They do have the Karma Shields.
The hook back straight into the CC chain. That was so well done by Bomba Bros. The
Okay,
Ash ult
Baron
straight
now.
into the Mordekaiser. That was so well done. Pushing this mid tower now. Are they going to just continue to push? Do they look for maybe an inhibitor here and then Baron? I think you just go Baron. Maybe they figure they take this tower fast enough.
It's too late for the Baron now. I think they should have went straight for it after killing the
agree.
Jane.
Yeah, it is too late now. That was probably a chance they had to legitimately come back. We'll see. I mean, but some good picks from them. We'll see if they can get more of those kind of things done. They did take one of the dragons as well, so they can even give another dragon and go for the Baron as well as a trade. We'll see if they end up kind of splitting the map and doing neither, or if they actually pick a direction to go in.
Yeah, definitely good to see the life still in Bomba Bros.
Barely dodging out and getting the hook out as well. Bomba Bros fighting back. Real Coco almost getting charmed up by the Evelyn, but his EV boys are right in front of him. They actually want to set up for this dragon now. They want to fight right now. They realize that their Mordekaiser and their Scion are incredibly tanky and incredibly strong, and Vayne's still only on one item. They can definitely fight this as Ray tries to go in and get the ultimate down over the Ash, but really no follow-up was there, and Ray gonna end up dying before anyone even falls. Will Coco now getting jumped up by the Vlad, but Mega Vlad just doing so much damage there to the back line. They're completely zoned, and they might have tried to kill the front line and almost succeeded, but their back line just got completely eviscerated. Casual plebs, though, getting ran down by the Vayne again. It's just tankiness, but getting completely wrecked by this Vayne, who I thought maybe wouldn't be enough, but they just melted them.
Yeah, that's really distressing for Bomba Bros. They tried to handshake the 5v5, but they just got rolled over by Los Nomadas wallets.
We're getting a mics breaking in Twitch. Maybe we switch voice channels or something. Will that fix it?
I just unplugged my mic. I don't know if that's gonna help.
It's probably a Discord issue, I would assume. But Eli Wood, no issues here in the top lane. Gonna be running it on out. Baron alive and on the table. Soul point now for Los Nomadas. I expect this one's all done and dusted here, aside from the Nexus exploding. I don't really know what Bomba Bros can do to really come back in this one.
Yeah, something we didn't touch on in the draft is Los Amados does heavily outscale with the Vayne and Vlad picks, and with the kind of lead that they have now, it's kind of doomed for Bomba Bros. Starting the
Opting to
Baron.
start, yeah. Ray just tanking this up. Really wanted to earn back some of those Ray bucks, but it's a lot of deaths there. We'll see the balance after the game, but gonna end up taking this Baron. Ray hooking back in, getting the ultimate down. The Ash ultimate gonna come down and stun Snrbopsy, but not for too long. But gonna get jumped on by Too Good for Lima. On the back line, though, Ray and Eli. Ray gonna end up falling. Eli's still there as well. Vlad on the flank, too, but Evbot and Sion doing a lot of work here. Vladimir's burst combo was pretty much gone, so he's going to end up falling here unless he gets a Q off. He does, but so much damage falling back down onto him. Mordekaiser with the nice hook, and Casual Plebs is providing so much pressure with the Sion, and now the alt passive actually popping, and the Mordekaiser just too tanky. Ends up taking him down with the triple kill. The Sion passive helping him out, even clearing the ward of the pit for good measure. And it looks like we've got a game on our hands.
Delicious and Casual Plebs refusing to lose this game. Huge mistake coming out of Los Nomadas. You could see the calls were split. Half of them were still on the Baron, half of them were going for the turn onto the fight. Keanu dropped to like 20% HP before he even started fighting.
Yeah, it was just so split by them. And honestly, looking at a little solo QE from the solo queue comp there for a second. I think they got to really start stringing this together, because the late game scaling of the beefcakes on the side with the Mordekaiser, Leona, Sion shielded up by the Karma, and just having this Ashe who's going all this on hit. You know, it's not a lot, but the Ashe is shredding the MR with Wit's End, and Mordekaiser is really pumping.
Yeah, another damage item finally coming through for Ashe. It is really hard for her to survive any of these fights, though.
Yeah. It's pretty much that Ashe ult hits, and then there's a few volleys. Ashe is dead, and then we'll see what Sion and Mordekaiser can do to clean up the fight. But you know, that's what you accept when you play some of these supportive AD carry picks, or at least build them like that. You're just kind of trying to get value where you can with your long range abilities. As Hawkshot will spy a potential flank angle Los Nomados were looking for. A pincer move, actually. I really like what they were going for there with the two-pronged flank. Gonna be in the river now on this control.
Soul's coming up in a minute. You see Los Nomadas already getting control over the area.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves gonna be spotted there. Eli Wood trying to push that mid in, but Bomba Bros shooting that out. Ash Arrow gonna go through and just miss everybody through the blue side jungle. They're pushing up the mid lane here. They want to get this tower. Evbot gonna get stunned up. We'll see if he gets jumped on. Should be able to make it out. Does flash the wall. Evelyn would have been there to follow up, but Leona gonna go in and miss the Zenith Blade. Snrbopsy a little far forward. Gonna get pulled back in, actually, onto two. Ray was, and Eli immediately. The ultimate going straight down onto the Ashe, but look at the back line. Casual Plebs just all over the back line, and Vladimir trying to go in and get his combo off. Casual Plebs getting the damage down on, but Leona gonna end up taking down Snrbopsy, who end up falling as well. Too Good for Lima still in the fight applying the CC. Ray was getting so low. Shield on him. Eli Wood coming into the back of the fight to try to rejoin, but the Leona's so healthy. Renekton here now healing so much and doing so much damage. Just the damage that's there for the side of Los Nomados is too great. Even though that Sion and Mordekaiser were living so long with the Karma, they just did not have enough oomph to punch through.
Such a close fight. There's so much sustain on the side of Los Nomados. So as soon as Mordekaiser dropped, they couldn't burst through the Vlad anymore.
Yeah, just sadly not having quite enough to get through those health bars. And with that Baron available and alive, and still 4 members of Bomba Bros dead, I expect that they will just start this up as they do. Vayne and Nautilus making their way. Eli getting a little low here. Might have to let the some other champion tank that.
They know what's happening. This might be
Ultimate
another
get up
Baron
top.
throw from Los
It
Nomadas.
could be a flip here. Evelyn's on the way. Or inside of the pit, rather, as Mordekaiser just takes out Eli, but should end up falling himself. Evelyn will take that. Keanu Reeves out the back end, and Ray here to clean up in the front of the pit, landing those hooks to make sure he cashes in on those Ray bucks. Again, another hook. Ray into the three-man knockout from Casual Plebs. Not going to matter. And it's going to be looking like some Casual Plebs in this game as Ray landing those hooks. And that is an ace coming in for Los Nomados. Just a show of dominance in this game. Soul, Baron, and should be looking to end the game, marching it straight up through mid now. Looking really good this game. On the solo queue draft comp. You'd love to see it. Looks like they're having fun.
Definitely has a lot of Ray bucks with the 32 kill participation
Oh,
there.
Yeah, we'll go with at least 9 Ray bucks.
It might be a little close.
Might be close. They don't have a minion in range, actually, because the Baron Empowered Canyon is so much further away. And they're pretty low. Leona's Zenith Blade going to miss, unfortunately, again, but not going to really matter. Should be able to run it
Assault's
out.
coming up.
Oh, nice W to dodge both the Leona and Ash ultimate. The value there, just absolutely disgusting.
Oh, mistake. Layering the ultimate like that.
Well, you have to think if he dodges one, he can't dodge the other one, but sadly, he actually can. So ends up you can't layer him like that, sadly.
Surely they can't dodge both.
And we'll see here. 4 minutes on the Elder, about 4 minutes on Baron. So, do you expect to see 4 minutes of fighting or farming rather, or do you expect to see Los Nomados actually push for an end angle here?
I think just a random fight is going to break out, and then Los Nomados will run it down mid.
Looks like they're literally trying to fight right now. We'll see if they get this flank off. There's a group recall right there. Just grouped up for the Vlad ultimate, only onto 2. Do end up finding both those kills as the third recall went off, and that is just the bot lane for Bomba getting completely obliterated in the mid lane as they run it up on the side. Eli not going to get chained down there by Evbot, but his team pushing up mid should be able to just chill down here in the bot lane and push this through while they end the game. And just an instant one shot onto Evbot there on the Karma. Mordekaiser has Snurbopsy in the ultimate, but it's not going to matter, not going to be enough. And you're tanky. You are tanky Casual Plebs, but unfortunately, Los Nomados made your team look like Casual Plebs today as they take the W. Dragon Soul Baron to boot, and the Nexus exploded. Victory for the solo queue team, and honestly, victory for Ray. As we've touched on, the Ray Bucks. The Ray Bucks are in there. We'll see if he spends them all in one place before the next game. But honestly, I'm impressed the draft was able to be pulled off. I really was doubting the solo queue draft here from Los Nomados, but got to give him props where it's due. And I think I cashed in on my 13K channel points bet. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely very strong showing coming from the reigning champs, Los Nomados. Very good dragon control and dragon setup. You could see they were always there and ready with vision control right when it spawns, while you have multiple people across the map or in the base when dragons spawn in.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe that's something they can clean up with those objective setups in game number 2. Definitely something you want to hammer home with a team. You want to be setting up on those objectives because that is the way you can establish some win conditions or at least get some gold flowing into the pockets of your carries, setting up for these fights. So we'll see if they can fix that up for next game, some better vision control. Yeah. And if they make it a 3-game series, get the silver scrapes going or whatever the Valhalla version and Ragnarok scrapes. Maybe copper scrapes. I don't know. Riot did like a documentary on the guy who made that song, though. It's like a 20 or 30-minute YouTube video.
Jeez.
Some European DJ who'd like sold the rights for the song to his girlfriend or something. I don't know. A bit cringe.
Okay.
I wonder if we're still having mic issues. They said the mics We're breaking. I don't know, man. My mic is still in one piece.
Yeah, we got 26 viewers out there. Let us know if you're having difficulty hearing us. I was observing any issues, but I'm checking on other things at the moment.
What are these drafts?
Thank you, Pineapple of Evil.
Mike's fine now. Nice. Well, always has been astronaut meme. I wonder how the other games are going. Demonic Ascension HYG.
Could take a sneak peek.
I have the stats screen actually.
Yep, looked like the small indie company decided to give us access
Yep.
to the post game.
Well, if it's a tournament code, it usually lets you see
Nope,
the match
no
history.
more tournament codes anymore, at least for the season so far.
Oh, okay.
So what draft adjustments do we expect to see here for game number 2?
Well, I mean, they could always ban the Vlad. I don't know if that was necessarily the problem, but they might just say, we don't want to deal with this wacky stuff and we want to play more standard. They could take Keanu Reeves off his main champ, the Evelyn. He had a pop-off game. A ban for that might come through.
It seems like that would be a pretty good ban. If it is his main champ and he just popped off on it. Like a lot of times you see teams have an aversion to banning something like that because you don't want to like give the guy an ego by banning like his main champ or something. But at a certain point, you like just have to ban it because like it is his main champ. Like, and someone's always going to play better on their main champ. It's like we see the same kind of thing in the LCS with APA and Ziggs. Like the teams are always just like, yeah,
Right.
we'll just let him play it. We can handle it. And then he's just going to be better on Ziggs than anything else. So I think just ban the Evelyn here. Didn't look like they could deal with it. I would like to see that as a draft adjustment. I agree.
Maybe drafting a higher damage AD carry for one of their better players might help them in team fights.
Yeah, I will say, looking here at the Timberland Ash build from his most recent game, he built the Triforce into Kraken with the Berserker's Greaves, which I think is a pretty high damage Ash build with the lethal tempo. It went 6-1 and 16. That's pretty good.
Yep, Terminus usually comes in third on that build. Just a broken AD carry item.
We'll see if there's any adjustments in that department. Definitely think that banning the Vladimir Evelyn would be a good look, though. If the Vladimir have shown the propensity to mind control the enemy AD carry into building suboptimal items, I think you definitely want to limit that kind of ability for the enemy team. So we're getting into the draft now. We'll see if Los Nomadas or Bomba Bros change anything up on either side.
Or if they want to let the Vlad through again, they should double down on laning power. Go for a range support to really bully the Vladimir. Because we saw early the Vlad was losing a lot of trades. He just got bailed out by the Evelyn ganks.
Yeah, Lux, Caitlyn, something like that. I could see it. AB Jelly in the chat. We have a new caster, question mark. Kazuto, you gonna introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name's Kazuto. That's about it. You might know me from the team that choked playoffs.
KB Jelly, fake fan here in the Twitch chat. I have 20,000 channel points now. Are we predicting again? Is there another prediction?
Yeah, after draft.
Oh, yeah, okay. I gotta double down. I thought the draft was starting, but it's just been on this just the draft screen.
Yep, got sent the link. Hopefully, they were getting ready.
No, I just baited myself.
I think they're probably struggling to get the lobby to load correctly and get in draft order for their team.
Yeah, that's true. So, Kazuto, I was telling you, my girlfriend watches these streams and loves the Ragnarok intro song,
Yeah.
and so that was the best one. She's also telling me quotes she's heard from just watching League of Legends being played. And what she's gathered so far is that everybody hates the jungler
Very true.
and blames the jungler for everything. But also, I think also that the jungler is, probably the most handsome and oh, the Zach band coming through here will save me from that one as a Cassiopeia coming through on the Bomba Bros side.
So no changes on the band so far. The Cassiopeia band staying is a little strange to me, seeing as it's the top laner Cassio that they're banning.
Yeah, the Shaco going to come through as well. So Los Tomatas sticking with those same bands. The Vladimir are going to get slammed down immediately there by Bomba Bros. Do not want to deal with that one. Rightly called there. Los Tomatas now third ban.
Likely just going to be the Ivern again. They don't really need to change anything from last game.
I agree. There it is. The Ivern coming through. And we expect to see the Evelyn here, I think, from Bomba Bros. I would hope to see the Evelyn. And it's going to be the Renekton. So actually viewing that as more of a problem. And Los Tomatas immediately locking in the
Ray
Vilio.
gets his
First
Villion.
pick. Just immediately locking it in. Just
Lots of
putting it
Ray
on the
bucks going to
table.
be cashed in this game.
Yeah, gonna be some pesos this game for sure. For Los Nomadas here with this Milio. We'll see what Bomba Bros opt to go for. They have 2 picks here now. Aphelios gonna be a lock-in, and Braum gonna be the pairing.
Oh.
An interesting choice against Milio. Usually you want to see Aphelios with kind of more of a Lulu, something that can enhance him a little bit. But Braum not a bad lane partner as far as safety in the lane with Purple Gun and Braum Q. It's pretty hard to gank Braum Aphelios, but Ash Milio going to be able to just harass Braum so greatly.
All right. Too good for Lima is switching to support from top lane. He might not have the range supports in his pool quite yet. Maybe that's why they're on the melee supports so heavy.
Yeah, but there's even better. You know what? It doesn't matter. The Braum is the lock-in here for Bomba Bros with the Aphelios. I believe he can block all of the Ashe ultimates with his big shield. And Evelyn going to be the expected pickup here in the jungle for Keanu Reeves. He's back in the sequel, second installment of the series. Hopefully they don't touch his dog this time. And we'll see what the third pick for Bomba Bros is before we get into the second round of bans. But seeing their comp so far, I actually hate it. But they managed to make the comp last game work pretty well with just having the front line and the ranged damage dealers. It looked like they had a good idea of how to pilot that. They were just a little too far behind. So if they can build a similar kind of draft here, I'd be interested to see as the bans coming through Karma and Alawi.
Alawi Garen bans again.
Yeah, Alawi Garen and Sandra Karma.
Trying to take some playmaking away from Snurbopsy with Lysandra ban.
Yeah, I wonder what they'll end up going for here. Gonna be a Talia. Now, could that be a Talia jungle Scion top, or is that not something we're looking at there?
It could, it's a possibility, but probably with these specific players' champ pools, I don't think that one's gonna happen. But I mean, I was wrong with the Vayne and Vlad last game.
It's true. Maybe the Swain coming in. Honestly, I really like the draft from Los Nomadas into what Bomba Bros have. It just seems really hard for Bomba Bros to get close enough to deal effective damage. Um, if they pick some additional damage here, which I think that they need.
Yeah, Los Nomados comp just slows them forever and walks
Yeah.
at them.
They either need some more snap engage here, like a Malphite, or some split push carry. Uh, I mean, that's not the worst. That's pretty long range engage. It's good for Scion to Leah follow up.
It is definitely a lower DPS team coming from Bomber Bros with the triple tanks, but
Yeah, all in on the Aphelios.
as opposed to the 0 tanks on Los Nomados, it probably won't end up mattering too much. It's just if one of their carries goes down in a fight, that the fight's over.
Yeah, not really a lot of tank killing capability on the side of Los Nomados, though. Outside of some specific Gnar builds, and if the Ashe gets super fed, and Evelyn, but I mean, not really a traditionally tank killing team for Los Nomados. So if the Bomba Bros can keep an even game state and kind of take it a little later, I think they have a pretty legitimate chance of just winning the game with a war of attrition. That Aphelios, Scion, Orin all scaling up remarkably well. Because we talked about Bomba Bros not being able to really get on top of Los Nomados, but on the other hand of that, Los Nomados don't really have much themselves to actually initiate fights aside from the Ash Arrow.
Yeah, but they were in a similar boat last game, and they were just better.
Constantly chasing them down. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, we'll see if there are adjustments from Bomber Bros here. Hopefully they do not get ran down again and they can fight back in this game and give us a little bit of a series. I liked some of what I saw from them last game. See if they can bring any of that energy and just kind of play around this Aphelios carry. I gotta get my prediction in.
Definitely like more emphasis on trying to track the Evelyn. I feel like it was just too easy for her last game. Everywhere she went, she just got a kill. Has a huge landslide on the Los Tomatos predictions.
Yeah, somebody really felt passionately about getting that prediction in there. Props to whoever that Giga Chat in the chat was.
It appears it is a Zabel 44 with 20k.
Complete legend. Shout out to whoever that guy
That
is.
guy sounds awesome.
So the odds are pretty good right now for Pineapple. Pineapple of Evil.
Is he the lone Bomba
24.
Bros supporter?
Yeah, if this stays right here, look at 24.9k.
It would be a bit nuts. You almost want him to have it.
Ray looks like he's jumping in there, gonna hedge his bets, trying to get those elusive
Okay, and
Ray
that's an
points.
immediate disqualification from the league, betting on your own games. Kappa?
He's just making up
That
for
is a match
Bulgaria
fixing
not
scandal.
being here.
Not going to be able to be inducted to the Hall of Fame with that. He's going all in on Bomba. Oh my god.
Well, Ray opted to spend those Ray bucks between games here, going all in on Bomba. Gonna be a bit
Have to
crazy.
be on the
with
lookout for some suspicious plays from Ray, seeing if he's trying to cash in on those bids.
it. Gonna be having the cam on the bot lane, certainly, to watch out for that int. But honestly, I hope there's a lot of fighting this game as well, because last game was a lot of action, even though it felt kind of one-sided the whole time. I did like that the Bomber Bros were fighting back for a lot of it. Picked a
In
similarly
terms
aggressive
of
comp.
objective and the map state, it definitely was Los Tomatas favored, but a lot of the fights were really close, and some of them even going to the side of Bomba, so
Oh yeah,
definitely
you'd
still
have
a
to
chance
think.
in this.
You'd have to think if they clean up some of their objective and vision play, they have a legitimate chance here, especially with the comp they've constructed for themselves. It's a pretty straightforward front to back yet again, but I think a little more flexibility. And honestly, the Talia offering a lot in terms of preventing the Evelyn and Nar from doing some of the things that they would like to do in the context of these team fights. So I think it's a little bit stronger of a draft, honestly, from Bomber Bros this time around. But the same can be said for Los Nomadas with their ability to 1-3-1 here. So we'll see if that makes any changes, if they opt to actually go for a true 1-3-1 kind of a game, or if they still want to kind of 1-4 with the Evelyn roaming. Oh, getting hit with an ad. And if you
Hey.
don't want to get hit with ads and have Twitch Prime available, make sure to hit us with a Twitch Prime sub. Helps the channel out and helps you not have to see advertisements. Kazuto told me that every time he sees an advertisement, he pours a gallon of bleach directly into his eyeball.
And of course, as Hailstrom always says, we will love you for at least 30 days with that sub.
Sometimes 31 days and sometimes 29 days.
I will say a huge difference on the Bomba Bros comp this time, though, is the no damage top laner. Last game, it was the Mordekaiser carrying all those fights that did go Bomba's way, but this time stuck on Ornn duty.
Whoa,
You have to hope that
whoa.
bot doesn't fall behind this time.
Ornn is an assassin, bruiser, mage, AD carry, tank. He does so much damage. You go
That is true.
lethality Ornn. Lethality Ornn, hear me out. You go lethality Ornn. Your Cyan and Braum can take care of being tanky.
I don't even think, because his abilities do magic damage, right? I don't think lethality will help him too much.
So the enemy's not going to expect that you're going to be doing lethality damage. That's what makes it so lethal.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we see.
You hit him with the
Very quickly.
Ghostblade opportunity flank and bonk him.
It's the masterful masterclass in front row seat to this production here is actually amazing. The APM is insane.
Of course.
Shout out to Blitzkrieg.
And of course,
the
this
unsung
game we
hero in
have
the background here.
Blitzkrieg playing all 5 roles yet again. Really just a superstar, running the stream and played all 5 roles in this game for the side of Los Nomadas.
Honestly, they say that Faker is the messiah of League of Legends, but that's just because they've never met Blitzkrieg Pyro.
Baby dipped. What can I say?
His son is going to be the Muad'Dib of League of Legends. As we still have
type a 1 in chat if you have your Dune buckets with you right now.
Yeah, 1 in chat for the Dune buckets. Any fans? You always hate saying that put a 1 in chat for this things because then you just look and you see there's no 1s in the chat and then you just,
Yeah.
You just want to go,
Keep that bleach handy.
Yeah, exactly. In Minecraft.
Of course, in game.
Yeah, in game. Not that you want to. I only have 544 channel points now. I've been pretty much spending all of them on every bet,
but
every
once
game.
you cash out on this, it'll go up again.
That's true.
I did not vote this time because I lost my channel points.
Yikes. That is going to be a yikes angle. I, on the other hand, never doubted our Lord and Savior Ray was. So I was rewarded for my faith with 20,000 Ray bucks, which I immediately spent to acquire more Ray bucks.
Yeah, and that's on me. I don't deserve a spot in the Temple of Ray after my last game's prediction. I don't have enough Ray bucks to pay the admission fee.
Well, The prodigal son shall return at some point. Looks like we're getting the champion select here in the game on
I
the
believe
skin
it's
screen.
loading in.
Yeah, we're on the skin screen rather than the loading screen. Really like that Lunar Beast Aphelios skin. Probably going to be the winner for me.
Oh, you can see it?
Just on the stream. I know that we're not we don't have the stream yet on Discord here. But we're seeing the level 1.
All right, here we go. Oh, they're going all out.
Yeah, they're stacked. And it looks like they're not really trying to invade on the side of Bomba Bros, which Braum, the strongest level 1 champion in the game. I personally would want to invade this, but I guess that's not saying much. As Ornn in the top side is going to be the silent sentinel, making sure nobody comes into his tribe rush, and Los Nomadas going to walk it out.
And I mean, right away, seeing the first strike onto Leah as opposed to the phase rush, especially against a team like this that is going to be slowing you so much, is definitely a little suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he just wants to get that first hit down and get that gold value here against the Swain in the lane. Maybe thinks he can get some extra chunk damage here down onto them, but like you said, there is just so much range coming out, and honestly, anytime I'm against an Ashe, I always just second guess taking first strike because that volley is just so hard to avoid.
And
Pull back
no
in.
level 1 wards being dropped anywhere on the map, so they're all just guessing.
Yeah, we're gonna just try really hard to stay away from talking about that because my heart rate is just it's not gonna be with the word. Just never knowing what's happening in the jungle is the worst. Both junglers gonna start on opposite sides of the map here. We'll see if they kind of work their way towards their respective sides and try to make anything happen, or if they do anything crazy. And the trading pattern's going to be pretty similar here in the bot lane. A Q going to land from Too Good for Lima onto Ray Was, who will hit that level 2 and walk forward aggressively. Eli getting almost the passive proc as we see Swain Hook hit again on Talia in the mid lane before the camera swapped away. And an invade here from Casual
Okay.
Pleb.
That one's a little over half HP. Oh,
Oh, he takes it and gets the knockup as well as securing. Casual Plebs just complete Giga Chat here on this play. Gets the flash down. And a good trade from Bomba on the top side, but going to get the passive trade back from Nar. We'll see if he goes to Mega and gets anything extra. Don't end up seeing it because the camera snaps to bot lane, but Snrbopsy getting pulled back in, but not over the unraveled earth. Gets thrown down a little bit afterwards. That bot's just a little late. Maybe didn't have the cooldown there. Gonna
has
walk
to
that one
flash
away.
away.
Yeah. Ended up flashing an Ignite going down now into Vlad in the bot lane, who also ends up having to flash. And the auto attack from Aphelios with the green gun is enough range. Snrbopsy hooking Casual Plebs back in, who doesn't have flash. Crucially, remember, has that ghost though. Not able to quite get out. Does have the knockup, flashing over the Snrbopsy, getting back with the hook on the Swain. Flashes over the knockup and is now back in. So much damage going to come down from the Scion passive as Snrbopsy getting hooked back over the Talia rocks to get taken down. And Braum going to find that kill onto the Evelyn. Sadly, that gold going to Too Good for Lima. You would have liked that onto another champion, but going to end up being a pretty bloody game so far here. Game 2 for Bomba Bros, Kazuto.
All of this happening off of the Casual Plebs invade. It pulls Ray Was over to defend the red buff, and that's where the Bomba bot lane gets the angle onto Vlad. And just winning the fight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looked so good from Snrbopsy for a second, flashing with that Swain to get that hook and dodge the Scion, but while it looked fancy and taking the tower shot there in the mid lane, don't think we're not going to point that one out, Snrbopsy. It did look pretty good, but it ended up not being enough. And just 3 kills and a 1k gold lead now for Bomba Bros. It kind of looks like we got a series on our hands.
Yeah, definitely what I wanted to see was the bot lane performing a lot better. They have the early kill. They're tracking the Evelyn this time, and they're not dying to her gank, so looking good. for Bomba.
Yeah, looking respectful. They just give that pick over again. They say, hey, we won a lot of these fights last game. If we just clean it up on the objective setups and play this a little bit smoother, we can actually win this game, and we can try to play with a more standard front-to-back draft because we know they're going to be doing something crazy, which they did. So we'll see if both Los Nomados can maybe pull off the crazy draft, or Bomba Bros can learn from their mistakes of last game, like you mentioned, and go for something here to make this into a series. As Cyan going for these first grubs again, see if he can secure all 3 of these, as Los Nomados looking for this dragon. Should just be the same trade as last game, and a good trade coming here in the mid lane. Mr. Bopsy getting remarkably low.
Yeah, but Evbot is incredibly low on mana, so he doesn't have much juice left.
Yeah, and the Void Grub's going to fall just as that Hextech Dragon ends up falling for Los Nomadas. Going to take that one out, so objectives traded yet again. I honestly really like the Hextech Dragon. As the no ultimate comes through, not going to be CC immune by the Ornn. Level 5 just sitting there, right? One more auto attack. Will flash in Eli Wood, the solo bolo, onto Delicious, who looked so good on that Mordekaiser last game, but you touched on, Kazuto, that on this Ornn, you weren't sure of the impact he'd have, and it's already looking like it's going to just be a little bit less with the CS deficit, the XP deficit, and just Eli looking so dominant already.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his W was on cooldown there to immune the Gnar CC, but if it was, that sucks.
Yeah, it does feel bad when you use the ability, to trade or something, and then you end up needing it in a window where it's actually going to be your life. So always going to be something you have to weigh there in the laning phase for these champions. But gonna have that level 6 available now. Gets a knock up through, burns that unstoppable to get that extra trade pattern. So maybe a little tidbit of a preview of what we've been seeing there for those trading patterns and why that might be down. But Sir Bopsy almost falling down here in the mid lane, going to throw that hook back to dissuade a further chase and walk on out of there. But Evbot honestly looking pretty good on the Taliyah. Big CS lead, a kill lead. Honestly, the solo lane's not looking too shabby here for the side of Los Nomados. Obviously, the Ornn going to be a little bit behind the Gnar anyway, but you're not going to be too sad about an Ornn just keeping only about a couple waves down in CS and going to be able to scale up and get his team those ornaments later on in the game anyway.
Yeah, Evbot just winning all of these trades in the mid lane. He's had pushed Snerbopsy out multiple times already. He's like a
there's
level and a
another
half
flick there as
XP
well.
lead.
So Bob's going to flash in immediately with the ultimate, though, to get that drain down, and Keanu Reeves is on the way, hooking the land back in. It should be enough damage. Gets charmed immediately and taken out. So well played by Keanu and Snerbopsy to get that kill. Snerbopsy a little low, honestly. Have to think that was just a masterful bait. Hitting that ultimate and running, ghosting immediately in for that play. You love to see it.
And I would say if it was the phase rush to Leah, it would have been possible to escape that after flashing away with the phase rush proc, but opting for the first strike for laning power and is gonna fall to the gank.
It is true. Could have been possible to escape or at least burn the Evelyn flash to actually have to get that kill with the charm follow-up, but gonna end up falling there without that anyway. And yeah, I mean, pretty dominant laning phase, but this Evelyn already looking scarily close to echoes of last game.
Yep, she is on her level 6 power spike, and now she's just gonna rinse repeat what she did last game, perma bot lane ganks.
They have the Ashe ult just to go in insta when she's here and wraps around. Oh, this
They have no idea.
So dead.
He does have red white.
Actually gets the value here. So he cleanses immediately. The Ashe ultimate going to come through, but only going to hit the Braum on the shield and just going to actually end up walking it out. So you have to think there might have been a world where they could have got more value there, but not going to matter. Snerbopsy burning his flash as well. The Swain making it out.
They do burn both of the Aphelios sums for just Ashe ultimate and go. So you have to think when Ashe's ultimate is up again, the Aphelios is just dead.
I honestly thought Ashe flashed there, so that's actually so good. Cyan ultimate going to come through in the middle. No Snerbopsy has no flash, but still not going to connect, but he's able to walk it out. Does get knocked up, but should be enough damage to take him down. But the healing actually massive. Ignite is on him. Not going to end up falling.
Oh, he barely
walking
misses
it out. And now Keanu Reeves here with the charm gets the CC on an M-bot, but he's also like 1 HP and barely dying. Keanu is knocked back over the unrattled rift by Talia, but Ophelia is going to be here to clean up that kill onto the Evelyn. Going to get pulled back in as well to Stormbopsy, but he's going to be able to make it out and get over that blast plant back towards the mid lane. But the rest of his team for the side of Los Nomadas are now getting on, or for Bomba Bros rather, are now getting on to this grub objective, and this should be 6 grubs for them if they get all 3 of these here.
Yeah, I think bot lane is going to lose a lot from this. They had a big lead, but now they're about to lose a double crash wave to the tower.
Yeah, but they still have a couple minutes to actually push that back out with the 6 grub buff, though, and take that back if they make a play with the Scion, maybe an Ornn roam as well. So there's a world where they can equalize that, but they do lose a good bit. As we see Keanu Reeves here, looking to go mid lane and equalize onto Evbot, who doesn't have flash. We'll see if he can actually get out. Doesn't have the ultimate either. Charm going to land and should just be all she wrote here. The flick back's going to be nice, but I don't really know how far you can run here into the enemy territory. Getting kicked back by Ray was punted straight back into the team, and another kill for Keanu Reeves. 3-2 now on this Evelyn, and every kill onto this jungler just more and more scary. And honestly, going to be some PTSD for the Bomba Bros.
A couple Ray Bucks going into the pocket of the Milio.
Yeah, a couple Ray Bucks going to Milio. Going to be cashing those in after the game. We'll see if he spends them on anything nice. We got a masterful bait ellipses in the chat. That is you, not me.
And the Talia is going for the garage sale build. 2 different items at the same time. I'm not sure that.
Oh, Ornn ultimate
is
getting
the
popped
move.
here. Nara jumping through to actually cancel the Ornn second cast and gonna dodge the knockup from the Scion as well. Casual Pleb's gonna get the red buff auto attack down. Ornn knockup coming through, a lot of damage. Not much left on Eli Wood in the tank. We'll see if he can make it out. Does flash with the mini Nara, gets the move speed as well. And we're in the bot lane. Does he actually make it out there in the top lane? It looks like he does. Very well played by Eli to make it out of that play. And honestly, just a little off on the execution from the side of Bomba Bros to make that happen. But gotta be feeling pretty good at least to burn that flash.
Oh, they are going to repeat the dive.
Yeah, they want to make this happen. He gets the double hop out, so it really doesn't have anything to do right now. Gets knocked up there, not going to have the Mega Gnar in time. Tower's not going to be enough to take anybody out, and that kill collected by Evbot. Keanu here. Oh, gets knocked up himself. Wait, just completely running it, but also they're dying to tower. So everybody's kind of sprinting it here, I would say. So Popsy now under the tower as well. Almost the entire map just dying all at the same time for the side of Bomba Bros. Just a pretty botched tower dive as Los Nomados pushing it in now, getting more of these plates here on the bot side. Wheel Poco and Too Good for Lima getting just completely poked out by this Ashe Milio as we kind of expected.
Oh. Yeah, that is really brutal in the bot lane.
Oh, he's canceled
and he's going to cancel again. He's so tilted.
I think that's TOS. I'm not even sure if we're allowed to show that on the stream, but we're looking at it here, and we got Dragon in about 3 minutes. We got Rift Herald in 40 seconds. Should be some plates here. Another 40 seconds left to take those for the side of Los Nomados. This Vladimir, or Ashe rather, Nega Vlad, going to be pretty huge. Was a huge Vladimir last game. If anybody missed that, knowers know. Evbot just doing a good job pushing these waves in, but honestly, the Swain kind of fed now too. Was struggling a little bit earlier, but picked up a lot of those kills in that fight on the top side, and gonna be feeling pretty good about
full
that.
Build with the Rylai's in his inventory.
And the Merc Treads. Charm gonna land here onto Bomba. Should be able to Delicious. Should be able to walk it out. Gets the dash to be able to make it out of that slow. Gonna get slowed again by the Gnar. Ashe ultimate gonna go wide, and Delicious able to walk that on out of there. Keanu Reeves making his presence known on the map as Ray was trying to cash in on some Ray bucks here in the bot side. Gonna take out that ward and just barely be able to get some autos onto this other one. Does take that one out too.
He's sniffing them out.
Yeah, Casual Plebs here on the side. Get us a lot of these full channel bush knockups in these past few games. It's been at least 5 of them so far. You'd like to see it. As the flash array was going to come out. Didn't want to have to burn any of those Ray Bucks today, but still going to throw that zone down to give the auto attack range to the Ash, who's actually going to end up having to flash away. This Aphelios with the purple gun and blue guns at that close range is so deadly. And Nega Vlad going to feel that burn as he ends up falling. Ray just getting perma-slow by this purple gun with the Braum, which we did touch on having just such good fighting power in some of these situations.
Two small skirmishes happening at the same time, both going to the side of Bomba.
Yeah, actually just fighting back so well in this game and have those two dragons to their name. So really trying to make things happen here. Keanu going to be able to make it out as Casual Flaps falls to the tower.
Oh, no.
Going to be a complete disaster there for the Scion. But honestly, if you watch the Baus stream, you know that you actually have to die all the time on Scion. Talia, not the case, so gonna end up falling there for FBot.
Wait, he knew she was there, and he just walked back up to the wave.
Yeah, gonna be a bit suboptimal there, as Ash will see if he can run down. Does hit with that ultimate onto the Braum shield, but not going to be enough to follow up onto the Aphelios, you have to think. The team already down now, Evelyn on the way. Not really quite a lot of damage actually coming down. Another volume. Duke gets started in the tower. We will Pokemon unstoppable on this Aphelios. Does get the healing up. The red gun autos is coming through, gets shielded as well, and gets a triple kill under the tower. The red gun from Aphelios coming in so clutch for the side of Bomba Bros, making a statement there. 7-0 on the Aphelios Kazuto. We said this had to be their carry in this game, and he is popping off.
Yeah, he has to have so much money in his pocket right now. Just an absolute outplay, or, I mean, maybe just Los Nomadas going too far, trying to overforce onto Bomba Bros bot lane.
He got the Guardian proc and the Locket, I believe, from the Braum there, as well as the red gun auto attack healing. As we see Swain now, some healing of his own. Not going to go for the full channeled Cyan Q into the bush on that one. Sensed it from the rest of the game, but doesn't even matter because he's going to get taken down, as well as Evbot, though. Both mid laners falling as the Braum ultimate comes through as a form of an engage, but not really enough to take down the Evelyn. But this Scion might be, as gets the ultimate into the knockup and going to be chain CC'd the entire time. Aphelios now legendary, 8-0 on this AD carry, and he's sitting on 2 items to the not even 1 item of Nega Vlad on the other side. This is looking like an AD carry canyon this game, and I don't actually know if there's a world where Los Nomadas can actually come back in this game.
Yeah, the snowballing is really coming down hard. They're just going for skirmish after skirmish and just winning every single fight. Keanu Reeves making a lot of questionable engages.
Yeah,
Trading
I mean,
1-for-1, blowing his flash for not worth targets.
it's crazy, and you have to think that, like, it's just big brain from the big brain Bomba Bros leaving that Evelyn up and being like, hey, you played this Evelyn, but we sensed some tendencies there. We're going to try to exploit it, and now we're just going to continue to fight as Ray. Going to lose some Ray bucks here, sadly. Going to end up falling down to the Aphelios, who's now sitting on 9-0. They are permanently fighting around this 2-item Aphelios. He is spiking. Ash still on 0 items, like just some yard sale components, honestly, and I love the aggression coming out from Bomba Bros here.
Yeah, they are just deathballing around this Aphelios because Los Nomadas can do nothing about it. He is so strong. And it's like, other than the Ash ult, they don't really have a way to pick the Aphelios in a fight.
Yeah,
he
they
has
need an
cliffs.
Evelyn flank. Evelyn and Gnar flank is really going to be it. Going to be tough to see angles for that with how this game has been going, but I believe that it could be possible. We'll see if they end up pulling it off. If not, we might be going for that game 3, which would be pretty sick. Gotta say, would be a big fan of that. We'll see if these guys can pull it through, though. Coming towards the mid game here, about a minute till Baron spawning. Wonder if there will be any Baron shenanigans, as there are some top lane. Evbot getting taken pretty low, but honestly, Eli doesn't have much to trade back on your flashes, but so low ends up burning from the Leandries, and looked pretty cool from Eli, but in the end just kind of walks away while he was on fire and ended up going. Uh, it's going to be a yikes from me, but we'll see if they can pull it back, make it a little cleaner here for him. Casual
Evelyn might
plebs just
die here
taking the
again. He's in
jungle.
a questionable spot. They don't know he's there,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he's getting desperate. He's looking for some of these plays. He knows they have to kill this carry. They have to kill this Aphelios. Or he
my-
just was looking for a Herald drop there, but that should just get stopped up here pretty quick. Unless I don't think they can actually get the charge off.
Wow, he got lucky getting away with that one.
Yeah, I mean, had the R and flash, and the Talia wall going to come through. The root coming down.
Oh.
Swain getting stopped by the Talia ultimate. Actually, not able to finish his charge there. Swain in the middle of the entire team getting knocked up at the back line. You just see the Ashe hitting onto the front line from the side of Bomba Bros, but the Aphelios is also free hitting, still alive, gets a double kill now. Doesn't have that ultimate or any summoners available. Might have to back this one off because they're pretty low. The Ashe volley is real. There's a good amount of poke coming through from the Ashe Milio, and they know that the Evelyn is still alive with Flash, is invisible as well, so they have to be pretty careful. They should know the ultimate's not ready, but the cooldown's pretty low at this point of the game.
The Locket just preemptively wasted, thinking that the Evelyn was going at that moment.
But they know that maybe they didn't see the ultimate proc earlier, to be fair, but does not have that one at this moment. But you know, maybe if you don't see that in the fight, just preemptive Locket, not going to be a bad thing. Honestly,
that
just
fight was a
disgusting.
lot closer than it should have been. Wheel Poco flashing in, losing almost all of his HP, then not really able to move forward for the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely not what you wanted to be doing with the Aphelios positioning in this game. When you are the sole damage dealer for your team, you need to play in those pockets and not be flashing forward. Just let your team peel for you and just pump your auto attacks into whoever's close to you. And pretty much all she wrote for this kind of a game state. Hopefully we can tame that flash button a little bit, but we're going to see on this dragon fight in about a minute, you know, what that means with Aphelios no flash, with Evelyn having flash. We'll see if they can actually make some flank happen and if Los Nomadas can put themselves in sole point because they do have 2 dragons.
That's true. This is Los Nomadas' best opportunity to fight with Aphelios not having flash. They don't have the 2 item power spikes coming through. They're so close. The Evelyn having 2 large rods, the Swain almost having a second item, but they're very weak, but this might be their best shot.
Yeah, they have 20 seconds. I don't think they're going to be able to get a reset off, but Ashe in the bot lane, we'll see if they end up grouping for the dragon here. But you'd have to think the team would try to look to fight around this one.
But that is the beauty of grabbing the 2 early Drakes is, you know, if they want to take the opportunity to scale up a little more, they can.
They do have the luxury there as a fight maybe looking to pop off here. The charm going to land, but Brum quickly going to jump over to provide some additional resources. Snarbopsy now standing on
Bomba has
top of the
TP
Unraveler
advantage.
from Talia. Yeah, there's a TP now on to Delicious, but none onto Eli Woods. So keep an eye on those. We already see Delicious making his way down towards here, actually heading back towards the top lane now, maybe getting calmed off that they're not really going for the fight. We'll see if Keanu Reeves goes for the steal. Does get into the pit. Doesn't end
Oh,
up taking it
that's
and
Baron.
ends up falling as well. So gonna die and gonna lose the objective. And you have to think with the double Chemtech, especially with double Chemtech, honestly, with the Aphelios going for lifesteal, that just feels so good for Bomba. And they can maybe just run to Baron, but it looks like they're gonna go straight up mid.
Yeah, I mean, with how far ahead Bomba is and the jungler being down, I think that's a pretty easy Baron angle. They decide not to go for it, just push out the lanes.
I think it's still a Baron angle, but opt to not go for it. Maybe want to play a little safer. Want to get this tower taken care of and get a reset off. See if they go for a Baron afterwards. Well played, honestly, though. A really good comeback in this game by Bomba Bros against the defending champs, Los Nomadas. I really like what I'm seeing out of these guys. Zerbopsy here in the bot lane. Bromq going to go wide. Auto attack not going to get off either. Swain pullback going to be good. Should be healing a lot off of these champions right in the middle of them. The ultimate is still going. Has that Rylai's too, so slowing all of them down. Aphelios ultimate going to go down, but going to get hooked back as well. Wheel Poco just in there, getting so much damage off, but gets taken out by the Swain because he's just inside of the ultimate. Swain ultimate still running. Evbot trying his hardest to get something back, but just not able to. It's Snurpopsy just tanking the entire enemy team here. Doesn't have any teammates with him to deal damage, unfortunately, because they can't get close enough to these enemy champions to actually do it. So he has to stand there and tank them all. Now, finally, Keanu Reeves and Ray was trying to put something down onto them, but Snurpopsy, knowing he can only get one of these kills, really trying to get one of the casual pubs, but no, does take him out. We'll see. He dodges the vision of the Empire. We'll see if that Mega Blast Cone actually gets him far enough. I don't know if it does. Ray was on the back end, maybe trying to provide some move speed here. Gonna get some vision clearing done, but no, Scion able to walk it out.
The movement from Scion, getting him out of there. I didn't see who got the 1K shutdown off of Aphelios. He still has a huge shutdown too.
I think it was Gnar. Or no, Gnar was top. No, it was Swain.
That's
Nice. Giga Chad Blitzkrieg just hovered it and even did the mouse underline. I need the visual
Will Poco
there
getting
like that.
caught by the Never move without flash up, getting pulled back into Swain's ulti.
Bulgaria, this is game 2. Los Nomadas won game 1. Bomba Bros here winning game 2. But yeah, just pulled right back into the Swain ultimate by that E. Just, you have to think the positioning needs to be a little bit more respectful. You can always see the Aphelios mains who learned the champion when Gale Force was in the game. Used to having that extra dash, but you got to position a little more respectfully on this champion. One of the few AD carries that I actually know how to play. Is a Dream Aphelios comp, though, and a Dream Aphelios game. You were so fed. You have the 3 items, one of them being an ornament.
Yep, you have 3 tanks standing in front of you.
3 tanks and a team fight like crowd control mage. It's really everything you'd want. So you'd have to expect that they try to close this out pretty handily. I think next red-white rotation you get on the Aphelios guns, you just opt to go for that Baron. You just straight up melt it with 3 items at this point of the game with your tank line.
Yep. With Dragon spawning in a minute, though, they might
They have full vision
go over there,
control.
but they are looking to start the Baron.
Yeah, full vision control. They're starting it up here. Will Poco just needs to just keep auto attack it here. Pump those in, burn that purple gun. Get rid of the purple gun. Just cast
His
the
ward
ability.
over the wall actually gives
Told them
away
they
that
were
they're
on
doing
it.
it.
The Ash ultimate coming through. The Swain now running in as well. Keanu Reeves not able to get into the pit to steal it. Does get out with his life. And now we'll see if Snurpopsy can do the same. The ultimate coming down and hooked back in again onto Will Poco, by the way. But this time it will be him who falls. As the Aphelios stepping forward, casual plebs, the body of the Scion just heralded the end of the Nomadas in this game. Takes out one on the way out. Keanu Reeves falling to that Scion clone. And Bomba Bros just making their way straight on down to that dragon after the Baron is up in 15 seconds. We'll see if they opt to go down mid lane for a little bit first, or if they go for that dragon. Looks like they will detour back down to that objective. And honestly, playing this incredibly clean, but I don't think that Los Tomatos did themselves any favors with their draft.
Yeah, that is the downside of drafting the Evelyn, is when you get into a situation where you're behind like this, you can't really do anything to force picks on them. She's just kind of waiting around, hoping someone gets low.
Yep, not a high amount of agency in a game with a more controlled state. You really want those more chaotic game states for junglers like Evelyn, so you can take advantage of people roaming on bad timers, or just finding people trying to go places by themselves. But Bomba Bros sticking together, showing solidarity, staying strong in this series, coming back here in game 2 with a vengeance. 13-1 on this Aphelios is just such a ridiculous scoreline to see after last game. Just absolutely just crushing it now. Doesn't have that flash, does have that cleanse. We'll see if they push it up mid lane here and look for a fight.
Yeah, Wheel Poco was just crypto mining all of Ray Bucks right out of his pocket this game.
Yeah, too good for Lima, I would say. He's crypto mining those. Just the Braum is just looking so useful this game. it's probably just one of those factors of being so ahead in the game state that you're fighting. But Strbopsy looking to be a factor here, trying to get on a flank and make a last desperation play. They fail this ultimate, going to go in, but not really do too much. He hasn't put any auto attacks down on it. Now hitting one on Ray, gets about half his HP. Now hitting Strbopsy, but standing inside of that ultimate, getting drain tanked and slowed.
As we lose a visual.
Completely lost visual there, but nobody died. Nobody died, so nothing missed. Deity saving us in the chat. Oh no, actually, it was just the beginning of the play. Now Strbopsy on that flank here, we see going in with a failures ultimate. Watch this auto attack on Ray. Gets so much damage down with that one, but then is not able to get much more damage here. Will Poco just standing in this Swain ultimate, getting slowed down. The Ash also hitting. And just so much damage on this affiliates, but it's so hard for them to walk forward into what this Talia is offering here and pull back in yet again. Will Poco is, but has that red-white gun and just healing so much. It's just slapping him with the wallet at this point, running forward, even though he's taking so much punishment, just able to keep running forward because his meatball front line won't die. And Eli Wood now going in with the ultimate, but not able to get it off in time. And now the 6 grubs are just going to melt through the base of Los Nomadas as Ray Was can just watch his Ray Bucks fall into the gutter and get replaced with the grimy, dirty, purple, grubby Bomba Bros scrappers. We love to see it. The Bomba Bros coming in clutch with the triple Chemtech at the end. The Aphelios 14 kills and giving us a 3-game series. Kazuto, we are going to game 3.
Definitely a great answer back from Bomba Bros. Taking out the Vlad. They said, if we just play standard bot lane, we're better. Nah, I'd win. And definitely backing it up.
I love it's just a string of meme quotes. I want that just be an analysis. Just like, no, I'd win. I'd say that's my 13th reason. Jungle Gap. But yeah, no, honestly, just phenomenally played by Bomba Bros. I love the draft direction that they went with, and I really hope Los Nomados change something up here for Game 3, because I do think that they can really stick it to Bomba Bros in a lot of these 5v5s if they give themselves the tools to be able to execute on what they want to do. But that has to start in the draft, so see if any changes come through.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they decide to give him Scion for a 3rd game in a row, because the early games on the Scion have looked really good. Both games. Like that invade game.
Looks like I am homeless also, by the way, boys. That was my all my marbles on all my points. So I'm homeless. Anybody want to donate any channel points to your boy? But yeah, the Scion looks so good. It's honestly just mind-boggling that the Scion was having good early games. Like, I don't even understand how that's possible.
Well, it is playing against Evelyn, so
yeah,
equally bad champion.
It's true. Maybe we'll get some good champions in this next game.